Okay, well, still a big argument on the internet. This thing here, impact driver. So many people are saying that this was not designed for drill bits and drilling, was not engineered for it, and it causes excess wear and tear on the tool. Well, let's think about this logically. See this bit? Here, this is a driver bit, the drill bit. Notice that they make them hex shank too to fit in these tools. Okay, and when you go to the tool shows and the tool demos, they'll show their impacts, their latest, greatest impacts, drilling holes. Okay, they advertise that they can do it. Why would they design drill bits to fit in these tools, advertise it as being able to handle the job and do the job? Why would they endorse it and that? It's because these things were made for it. There is no excess wear. Anyone that says that using these in an impact driver has never been in the automotive industry. The hammer anvil mechanism was actually originally designed for the automotive industry. And modern ones now, they have a spring in that to release load on the motor and stuff like that, and just that slight improvements. But that's the thing, is if you've ever been in the automotive industry, you'll understand that these things were designed to take extreme amounts of abuse, pressure, and force. Yes, they do get a little bit hotter, but the anvil and hammer inside is heat treated and designed to handle that. Now, is this my preferred tool? Do I prefer to use this for drilling holes? No. I use this for mostly smaller fasteners and stuff like that, and also framing jobs because it's lighter, hangs in my pouch, and easy to take around. And I usually never go past the 3.5-inch screw with this thing, just because it's my preference, because it's slower. These things are slower. But if you have an old drill that doesn't have anti-kickback and you're scared of anti-kickback, this could be a good alternative. But it is perfectly acceptable to use an impact driver for drilling holes. Perfectly acceptable. Nothing wrong with it. Many people do it. Manufacturer, if that was the case, that these were not designed for it, then using this in this tool would void the warranty. But it doesn't, because it was actually designed for driving fasteners. This thing will also do large fasteners because, well, with large fasteners you're supposed to make a pilot hole anyways, not just jam the thing into the wood. And it will drive large fasteners into a piloted hole just fine. Is it as fast as the drill? Like, no, it's not as fast as the drill. But this little thing here will drive faster more than this thing here, which is my compact drill. My compact drill I got for tight spaces and stuff like that, tight work. But if I'm in a really tight space, this probably come in more handy than this does. But that's the thing, is nowadays, like I said in previous videos, compact drills are getting more powerful, they're getting smaller, and they're becoming more efficient. So I do believe that eventually in the construction industry, impact driver may end up being phased out, because modern compact drills, they have anti-kickback, they got safety features, they got a lot more power, and they're getting better. But that's the thing, is if you don't own a modern compact or anything like that, this tool is perfectly acceptable for drilling holes and driving pretty much any fastener you want at it, because the hammer anvil mechanism inside these tools was designed for that. And it was also designed knowing that people are going to be rough on their tools. They're going to be hard on these things. They took that into consideration when they made them for mechanics in the automotive industry and heavy duty industry. They knew that we were going to ugga-dug them to death, so they made them to hold up. But yeah, using these things in an impact is perfectly acceptable. It's not unprofessional. It's not the wrong tool. Is it the best tool? Sometimes. Sometimes it's just not. But it just comes down to preference and being comfortable. Like, this is a big bulky bastard. It's not. But weight difference, not really that much difference between these two. But the truth is, yes, these were actually designed to use these bits, because if they weren't, they would not advertise them at their tool shows using them. They would not endorse them. They would have some warning label on the tool going, do not use for drilling holes because we'll void warranty. That's not the case. Like, that's the thing. There's a lot of people that's saying that this cannot use these bits does not really understand how this mechanism inside here was actually designed to work and function, dissipate heat, heat resistant lubrication in there, and the lubrication in there helps dissipate the heat, control the heat, and protects the anvil and all that stuff. And the fact that these were originally, like I said, the hammer anvil mechanism was originally engineered for automotive and heavy duty mechanic industry, which, well, let's put it this way, none of the other trades will ever put an impact through the abuse that mechanics do. And if a mechanic can make one of these things last, like this, even this little guy, I've seen mechanics using this little guy in their trades for years and years and years, ugga-dugging it to death, just sitting there driving onto that bolt, gets so warm it breaks off, then I'm pretty sure it can handle a tiny little spade bit or a drill bit with no problem. So there's a little bit of reality, truth, and fact for you. Is it the optimal tool? Sometimes it might come in clutch, but for the most part, use drill. Is it the tool I use for drilling holes? No, I use my drills for drilling holes because it's just how I am. I use my drills for driving larger fasteners and that, and also if I'm doing a lot of work where I need to get the fasteners in fast, I'll use my drills. Like all this fencing that I'm building here, all this stuff here, I'm actually using these two drills, and the impact's actually not getting used because it's crazy hot outside too. But that's the thing. This isn't a perfectly acceptable tool. It was designed and engineered to use drill bits, to handle it. It works perfectly fine, and it's not wrong. It's not unprofessional, and it's not stupid to use the impact for drilling holes. It's like, it's slower. It's slow. It's noisy. It's slower and noisy. That's the only real side effect to it. This thing here, not as noisy, but still has some decibel ratings and still has some high frequency, but it's faster. It's a little bit quieter. But this thing's heavier, bulkier. This thing's a little bit lighter. But like I said, now that these little compacts are getting stronger and more powerful, like some of the compacts are getting just almost as powerful as the big boys, and they're getting so small. Like if you look at that footprint, these are now workable in the tight spaces. So eventually these will be obsolete in the construction industry, but that's the truth. You're not wrong if you use this for these jobs. You're not wrong. You're right. You're just making the choice that best works for you and suits for you and that you're comfortable with. So don't ever let anyone say that it's not made for that. Because if it wasn't made for it, the manufacturer would not make bits for them. They would not advertise them doing it. They would not endorse it. They would actually put warnings: do not use this for this. Warranty void if you do this. They would do stuff like that. So I hope you guys get my message. It's a little bit long of a message, but the reality is, perfectly acceptable tool for drilling holes and doing fasteners of almost every size. Best and most optimal tool? Not always. Like I said, I still prefer using my drill for a lot of stuff, but I use this when I'm doing framing projects and I'm out in the field and I'm up on down on a ladder, because it hangs in my pouch. It's a little bit lighter and it's well balanced and comfortable and gets into the tighter spaces that the drills don't. So it is acceptable.